Hello, good morning, and welcome to Tuesday's topic with your girl Tay. It is Tuesday, January 19th, and I hope you guys are having a wonderful morning. Got up extra early for you guys so we can do something a little different. Today, we're not in my car, so I didn't want to, I feel like I'm rushing a lot when I'm headed to work, and so I kind of wanted to have ample time to talk to you guys this morning. I won't be before you long, but I just want to talk to you briefly about motivation and where do you get your motivation from? Is your partner motivating you, and what does that look like for you? Um, so first and foremost, your partner, your spouse should be your number one fan, your number one supporter. You shouldn't have to tell them, go on and like my page, like my Facebook page, like my business page. You should never have to tell them to support you. They're supposed to be your number one fan, your number one encourager. Um, Also, you should never, ever compare what you have to that of someone else. A lot of times we can get discouraged and be less likely to be content where we are. And there's nothing wrong with wanting more or better for yourself, but you have to recognize that we're always in a season, and seasons do change. But you never want to get to the place where you are comparing your spouse and what you have and what another couple may have and what they're doing to what you and what your partner is doing. That's the easiest way to tear down what you are building. You have to respect where that person's at in their life. You may not see anything on the outside quite yet, but I guarantee you there's things boiling on the inside, things that God is rearranging and reconstructing, and you will see the fruit of that internal work. A lot of times people are so quick to manifest things on the outside, get the bigger house, get the bigger car, without first doing the inner work. And that's one thing that I promote. I'm not saying that I'm to like the utmost where I want to be emotionally and deal with all my mess, but I do make a conscious effort to try to pinpoint what my issues are, and I try to deal with them. But going back to that, you never want to discourage your partner. You never want to make them second guess their capabilities or their security in the relationship because you're so busy focusing on, oh well, look at what she got. She your age and she got this and she doing this, and it's like that's not beneficial to the relationship. I knew a couple once where the husband, had his master's degree. He had a lot of things under his belt, and the field that he was in wasn't necessarily the field that would make a lot of money, but it was his passion. The wife wasn't too much doing anything, but she was always on his back about what he needed to be doing, but she wasn't really contributing to the relationship to the degree that he was. So when you're doing that, make sure you're assessing yourself and find out, okay, well, what am I contributing? Are my words building my partner or tearing them down? Because that in itself will affect your relationship. And like I said, respect the season that they're in. If your wife is a stay-at-home mom in this season and she is supporting the business, supporting you going to work, don't ever get to a point to where you're like, okay, I've accomplished this and I did it on my own because you were just at home taking care of the house, and that's minuscule compared to what I'm doing. Shame on you. Shame on you. You would never look to your left hand and say, left hand, I don't need you because I do most of my work with my right hand, so I'm gonna chop you off. No, every part is needed. Every part is needed to accomplish that goal. Every part of your body is needed to accomplish that goal when you're lifting weights or when you're doing whatever. Your whole body is needed, so you wouldn't dare chop off one part because it's minute to you. Just like the tongue is so small in comparison to other parts of your body, but it's so powerful. It has the power to create, it has the power to destroy. So be careful with what you deem is minor compared to what you were contributing. Okay, be respectful. Like I said, respect the season that your partner is in. Make sure you guys are all on one accord. I remember at one point, I was telling to my husband, that I was in my prayer closet praying like, Lord, make us one, make us one. And he was offended by that. And I understand why, but my heart behind it was, I had been single for so long. We had been separated for so long that I got so used to doing things on my own and without him. And so to now come into union with him and not have to look to him as the head, it's like, hold on, I want to do this and you want to do that. And so you can't have two heads is what I'm trying to say. So when I was praying, Lord, make us one, it was more so about me respecting him as the leader of the household, even if sometimes I felt like he wasn't leading correctly. At the end of the day, God was going to have to deal with him. But my point is, you have to be one. You have to you guys have to move together. You have to be in sync. You have to respect each other's sight as well too, because your partner could see something that you don't see. So you have to respect that. And last but not least, this is something that came to me actually yesterday. I've been having a lot of opposition, and it's from every side, and it hurts the worst when it comes from people that you care about. And I was reminded of the story of Job. I don't know the exact address of the scripture, but most of us are aware of the story of Job, how he encountered it's my babies. How he encountered all of this opposition. He lost his family. He lost all of his riches. And it took me back to when Satan was before God. And I'm going to put it in layman's terms, okay? So Satan was before the Lord, and God was like, what you been up to? Satan was like, I'm just roaming the earth looking for trouble, basically. And God said, have you considered my servant Job? I'm not going to get into too much on this, but this is what I want you to catch. Every opposition, whether it's from a family member, a loved one, or even your spouse, that negative energy, I'm gonna call that negative energy, has to first get permission from God to mess with you. So don't look at it as, oh my gosh, my family member or my spouse is coming at me with this negativity, and the fruit of it is, I'm down, I'm depressed, I'm, whatever it is, whatever the negative, whatever that situation or that opposition created that you feel is negative, whatever that is, look at it and flip it. Okay, so the enemy had to go before God to come and test me. God meant it for my good, even though the enemy meant it to destroy me, to make me depressed, to make me second guess myself. But God meant it for my good. Ooh, I'm getting emotional, y'all. So ask yourself, God, what are you trying to pull out of me? Because regardless of what the negative outcome the enemy wanted, God wanted it for your betterment. He wanted it for your good. So ask yourself, God, what do you want out of this situation? How do you want this to build me? How do you want this to make me better? And that's where we start to build that spiritual muscle. We start to build muscle on the inside in our heart. And sometimes it takes a long time to get there because our hearts aren't always ready. Woo, God. So I wanted to encourage you guys. Every opposition, even if it's at work, even if it's inside your home, my goodness, even if it's inside your home, even if it's with your friends, with your business partner, any opposition, remember, okay, first of all, God employed you for this situation. I see you, I recognize it, but I'm going to use this for my good. I'm going to turn around and help it to build me and make me better. Because at the end of the day, all that we need in this life to survive, God has already placed down in us. And every day we walk out that door, all that we encounter is supposed to bring it out. And it's supposed to be good that comes out. But some of us, sometimes we we retreat and we go inward. And that's what the enemy of our soul wants, is to cause us to retreat, to shut up. One of these days, I'm going to share a testimony with you guys about just my experience with church and how I had some things happen that really, it was a stumbling block. It was a really big stumbling block, and I became very stuck. And so that's one of the goals of the enemy, is to get us stuck and to prevent us from creating. And sometimes church can also keep us from creating, because you get comfortable basically, and you stop creating. You think that life is just about church and doing good and not doing, what people deem as negative, like drinking or whatever. And you get stuck and you stop creating, and then you become a worker, and you start to help people with their dreams and their aspirations. And there's nothing wrong with sowing into other people's dreams and ministries, but not to the point to where you're comfortable doing that because it's a safe spot for you, because you're afraid of creating. Oh, y'all gonna make me preach today. I ain't no preacher, but y'all know it's in my blood. My daddy's a preacher. I come from a long line of preachers and pastors and worshipers, as I've said in my other video. But I just wanted to encourage you guys to motivate your spouse and do it in love. Sometimes y'all ain't got the words to do it in love, and so hopefully your spouse can recognize what you're trying to do. But some of y'all be used by the devil, and y'all be hurting y'all relationship, and y'all need to stop that, okay? So motivate your spouse today. Be all y'all can be, and come on, let's build our legacy. Come on, we out here trying to get diaper bag money, not diaper bag money, but get diaper money to get to this bag, y'all. We have kids. Speaking of getting to the bag, if you, I know a lot of you are supporters of my music and my husband's music. He has an album out right now. I am featured on there. It is called Florida Boy Cali. It is available on iTunes. That is the artist known as Tobias II. That's number 2 ND, Tobias, Tobis the second. Feel free to like, share, comment, inbox me if you have any questions, and Lord willing, I will see you guys all next week. It's been a pleasure. This is our longest video, y'all. I knew once I got situated and could sit down and take some time, it would be a little bit longer. But my babies are starting to wake up, and it's been a pleasure. So have a wonderful day. Encourage your spouse, encourage your friends. Know that tomorrow is not promised. So do your best today to be planting seeds for tomorrow, for your family, for your children, so that they are not, so that they're properly equipped to accomplish what they have, what they need to accomplish. Okay, you guys, I'm starting to ramble, so it's time to go. God bless you guys. Peace.